Just wanted to say thank you to all of you who are watching this video. I am so excited to be filming it. This is my first ever makeup tutorial video. I know I had the 5-minute face challenge, but this is going to be my first ever tutorial video. And like I said, I'm so proud to be doing it. And I think I'm going to include my foundation routine in this video because I know later down the road, well, fingers crossed, hopefully, people will be watching my channel and my videos and it's just an obvious question, what is your foundation routine? I'm going to be doing that in detail for this video, just so all of you know. And I don't want to have too long of an intro, so I guess I'm just going to get started and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Next I'm going to use the ULTA Professional Eye Primer. I believe it comes in a white color also that fades to clear, but I prefer the nude just because my eyelids are quite transparent and I don't like the blue tint that I have on my eyelids, so I use the skin tone one. I'm just going to pat that color, or pat the primer all over your eye, up to the brow bone. I find with this product, if you don't give it a second to set, when you apply your eyeshadows on top, you may see brush strokes or just lines in your eyeshadow, and it kind of defeats the whole purpose of an eye primer. And I'm actually probably going to switch to the Urban Decay Primer Potion, but I have this for now and it works for me, so I'm just going to finish it up. One thing I like to do is use the cream eyeshadow as a base, just because it intensifies the color of your eyeshadow and it also helps it to adhere to the eyelid a little bit better if you're using powdered shadows. And I actually prefer the Revlon quads of the Illuminance cream shadow, and they look like this. They're just sets of 4 different colors. And they're only about $4.99 to $5.99 depending on where you get them. And for as many colors as you get, I just think it's a great value. Today I'm actually going to be doing just sort of a basic, not quite smoky eye, but I guess you could call it a smoky eye. So I'm going to be using the Revlon Color Quad in, what is this? The Color Quad in Khaki Suede. And I'm just going to be using a little bit of this lightest shade right here. Once again, just swirl the product, get it on your finger, and blend it onto the eyelids. Now if I was doing a look with more color, I would use one of the colored shades. Like if I was doing a green smoky eye, I would probably use this olive tone right here. But since I'm going for quite a neutral look, I'm just using the lightest shade. For the base of my shadow, I'm going to be using, the single eyeshadow by ULTA. Called Lustre. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of that. I've actually hit pan on that one, and it's just a gorgeous shimmer neutral shade. I love it all over the lid, and I usually just take it right up to the brow bone because it blends so well as a highlight color. I'm just going to be using a large shadow brush by Sonia Kashuk. I believe it's the number 6 brush, but it might be the number 9. I'll double check and I'll put it in the bottom bar below, but I believe it's the number 6. Like I said, it's just a fluffy shadow brush like that. I'm just going to load the product on the brush and really pack it onto the eyelid and take it up to the brow. And sometimes I find that I like to put it under the eye as well, and for that I'll be using this angled Too Faced shader brush. Looks like this. I'm just going to get some of the product on there, and the inner corner, just line the lower lashes. I'm going to be using the Sonia Kashuk limited edition Facing Stardom palette, and it's actually, I love this. It's one of the greatest little sets that I think I've ever stumbled upon. It's got 2, I don't know if you can see, it's got 2 cream blushes, and then it has 6 eyeshadows down the middle, 2 eyeliners, and 2 lip glosses as well. And I love these. I think the eyeshadows are fantastic. They're very highly pigmented. And these shimmery shades are actually kind of like packed glitter. I don't know how else to explain it other than when you tap them under your brush, they're just like loose glitter. They're gorgeous. But I'm going to be using this darkest shade right here. They don't have names, but I'm going to be using this darkest shade in the crease and on the outer corner. I'm just going to be using, again, a Sonia Kashuk fluffy shadow brush. And again, I will put a link or title for the brush in the description box below. I'm just going to tap at the outer corner to really build up that color. And then I'm just going to take it across towards the inner corner through the crease. I'm just going to blend back and forth. And then just gently blend into the center to soften the edge just a little bit. I hope this lighting is okay. I'm doing this in front of a window, so I'm hoping that the daylight will help, but my room is really dark, and unless I film videos at 7 o'clock in the morning, I just can't get enough light to save my life. So just so you know, that's not going to happen, me filming videos at 7. So if the lighting's not quite right, I can maybe add some more backlighting or something, but just if the lighting is terrible, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. I'm just going to do the same to the other eye. I'm just going to apply a little bit more of that darkest color to the outer corner. I'm not going to blend that as much through the crease. I want that to really smoke out the outer corner of the eye. Okay, and then as a highlight on the Sigma 225 brush, I'm going to be using Aspen Summit by Sephora. And I actually only have a mini of this eyeshadow, but I got it to try for a sample size, but it's a gorgeous shimmery highlight. You need very little of this color. It is a very pigmented eyeshadow, and you're just going to tap that under the eyebrow and blend. This is going to help soften that top edge with that crease color. Then coming back with the angled Too Faced brush, I'm going to use the same little bit of this Aspen Summit, but I'm only going to dip the very corner of the brush into the eyeshadow and apply this to the inner corner. Anyways, using the Sonia Kashuk limited edition What Glitters Glows palette, I'm going to be using this black in the center. It's actually an eyeshadow, but it doubles as a cake liner. I'm just going to be using this on an angled artist brush. Looks like that. To apply it to my upper lash line. And if I'm going to try really hard not to go out of the frame for this, but if I do, I apologize. Ooh, my mirror squeaks. Okay. So I'm just going to line this very close to the top lash line. Now, I know when you're applying eyeliner, you're not supposed to tug on the corner of your eye because they say it can give premature wrinkles, but I just am useless at applying eyeliner to my top lash line without pulling at the outer corner of my eye. I cannot do it. I have tried and tried, and it doesn't work. So I know you're not supposed to, so don't do it if you can apply it without it, but I can't. So if not, go for it. So like I said, you're just going to apply this to the top lash line. And I'm going to keep it slightly thicker at the outer corner and then just blend it to the inner corner. I don't even really care if I have any eyeliner at the inner corner, so I'm going to start at the outer corner and work my way in. And just do the same thing to the other side. Next I'm going to be using my Rimmel Exaggerate waterproof eyeliner pencil, and it's one of the retractable ones. I don't know if you can see. I'm just going to be using this to line my waterline and my tight line, which is the upper waterline. I don't care what you call it, it doesn't matter to me, but that's what I'll be using this for. And I'm just going to gently pull down to line the waterline. Then to do the upper waterline, some people reach around and grab all of their eyelashes, but I just find that my fingers get in the way. I tug up on my eyebrow, and that's plenty for me, and I don't mess up my makeup that way. Probably haven't been able to see me this whole time. I forgot I turned the light on in my mirror and never turned it back off, and it tends to really wash me out, so sorry. Just fill in the brows. Okay, next I'm going to be using a Sonia Kashuk fluffy powder brush to apply my bronzer, and I'm going to be using Hoola by Benefit. It's just one of their boxed powders. I'm going to use it to contour the cheekbones and just sweep it around the temples. And I like to do under my jaw as well. I find that the shadow just makes your neck look a little slimmer. Down the neck. And maybe a little on the sides of the nose. Okay. Next, I'm going to be using blush Coralista by Benefit, also with box powders. Mine's one of the older ones, so the packaging, it still has the sticker label. It's not like made into the design like the new ones are, so that's why you're probably like, why are the edges peeling off? But that's why. Mine's the sticker. And I'm just going to be using a Sonia Kashuk limited edition blusher brush. I tap it twice because this is fairly pigmented. Just swirl it from the apples of the cheeks out. Smile to find the apples. And blend out. Okay, now before I do my lips, I'm actually going to curl my eyelashes, and these I believe are by Trim. I don't remember, it doesn't say. I think they're by Trim. I just got them at Target. So I'm just going to curl my lashes. I have naturally curly eyelashes, but sometimes I just like to curl them anyway for the fun of it, but I don't usually have to. But for those of you who do, now would be the time when I would do it. I'm going to be using CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Waterproof Mascara. I use waterproof because since my skin gets so oily under my eye, I find that waterproof mascara doesn't smudge as bad, and it doesn't wind up halfway down my cheek. So that's why I use waterproof every day. But if you don't like waterproof mascara, then by all means don't use it. And just wiggle it from root to tip. I'm going to keep my lips really neutral just because I don't like to have a really strong eye and then really bright lips for some reason. I feel like it makes my face look like a clown or like I'm from the 80s. But if you're brave enough to go with a bright lip, then by all means go for it. I just am too much of a wuss to do so. So I'm going to have a neutral lip. I'm just going to be using Stila Lip Glaze in Seashell. Sorry, my phone won't stop ringing. And my dog's like growling at the phone, so stop. And that's my finished look. I hope you guys liked it, and if you have any questions for me, just leave them in the comments below. I'll put all of the products I used in the bottom bar, and thanks guys, bye.